grab your coffee. It's time to get extreme. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, and I would like to sit and talk to you today and give you some extreme ideas on how to save money. I'm talking, some of these are pretty wacky. First, save on food and grow your own. Grow all of your own food. I'm talking all of your fruits, all of your vegetables. Wheat might be a little hard depending on how much property you have and where you live. Have eggs, grow your own chickens. You grow chickens, right? Even to the point of, again, depending on how much property you have, raise your own beef, raise your own cattle. This means that you have to have some property. You can do it. I actually read this great book once about how to homestead on an acre of property, which is very interesting. So I think you can do it on smaller properties, but that also means that you have to know how to preserve this food. Freezers and canning and freeze drying and dehydrating. All of those things to preserve the food. So if you live in a climate when it gets chilly, where it gets chilly and you can't really go outside and pick tomatoes in 22 below zero weather, you have those tomatoes canned in a tomato sauce, then you can go into storage and get it and eat all year long. Save on housing by going nomad. It's the new movement. People are ditching their sticks and bricks homes and living on the road. They're finding cheaper ways to live. A lot of people, single people are living, or couples are living in minivans or SUVs. Families are now ditching their houses and living in a camper, either stationary on a piece of property that they may be renting or just traveling and homeschooling. That's the big thing here on YouTube. I'm a fan. I love watching them. There are people who are living on somebody else's property, and instead of rent, they're doing work for them. They're caring for the elderly. They're taking care of the property or their grounds. They're helping with their harvests and their gardens and their fields and their animals, and they're caretaking for the actual property itself. Save on electricity by living off the grid. Again, this may come with a price tag initially, depending on how extreme you want to go. You can have solar panels installed, or a windmill, or water wheel if you have a creek nearby your property. There are ways to still have electricity and live off the grid, but you actually create your own electricity. So this may come with some upfront costs like solar panels. But after that is done, you don't have to pay for electricity. You can even do this, I suppose, without solar if you wanted to go really extreme and dig a root cellar to keep things cool. Use candles at night, kind of like Little House on the Prairie. Live like Laura Ingalls. Save on water bills by collecting rainwater. Have your buckets outside when it rains and collect the rainwater. Then, of course, upfront cost, you'd have to have some kind of water filtration system for drinking and for cooking, for washing dishes maybe even. But you can use that water to water your garden, or to flush your toilet, or to even bathe in. I mean, people used to bathe in rivers. Why not rainwater? Save on gas and transportation costs by not having a car. If you live in a city, might be easier for you because you have public transportation at your fingertips, and many times everything that you need is right within a specific area. If you live in a smaller town, this might come as a bigger challenge. I know now that I live in this village, I really could walk to a grocery store and to my bank, into the school, and to a doctor's office, pharmacy. It's all right in the area if I really wanted to. And then I could ride share with a friend to get to the bigger grocery stores in the bigger cities. It's an option. Think of it. Without a car, there's no gas payment. There's no registration payment. There's no car payment. There's no insurance payment. You could get rid of all of those things. It's extreme, but it can be done. Save on medical bills by living a healthy lifestyle. We all know that there's always room for improvement in our lifestyle as far as healthy eating and exercise goes. I know that for me, it's definitely a thing, and I think about it often. Many illnesses, and not all, don't get me wrong, there are some illnesses that are really out of our control, but many illnesses really do depend on our bodies. They are preventable. Things like, high blood sugar and cholesterol and diabetes and even aches and pains and all of those types of things can possibly be solved by taking better care of ourselves. It's extreme, but again, it's an option. Save on childcare and school costs by staying home with your kids and homeschooling. This is, again, for some people, this probably isn't very extreme. It makes perfect sense for them, but for some, it might be extreme. Let's think about how much you make at your job and how much you could save by not working. Which one is better for you? Does it even out? Are you ahead of the game one way or the other? It's an extreme possibility to save money. Save on food and household items by dumpster diving. There was a whole TV show a while ago. I think it was something extreme something. I think you could still find them on maybe TLC or something like that. One woman actually never paid for anything. She lived in a city, and every evening the city restaurants and stores would put their dumpsters out front for collection, and they were throwing away quality food. Now, I don't know if I would do this. This is a little outside of my comfort zone. But she would get food. There were boxes of crackers that never were opened, boxes of pasta that they would just throw away. She always found clothes all the time. You could even, if you live in a climate where it's warm all year long, you could find wild apple trees and orange trees that just drop on the ground and take those home and eat them. Save on pet costs. Don't have pets. We love our pets. I know this country and this world loves their pets. But let's face it, they're expensive. I had a black lab she was 17. She passed away last spring. I loved her, so she was totally worth the cost, but she was expensive. Especially as she got older with her medical needs that she had. She had to have special food. She was always getting ear infections and urinary tract infections, so there was medication all the time. She had terrible allergies, poor girl. So she had to have medication for that every day. If you're looking for extreme ways to cut costs, not having pets is an extreme way to do just that. Save on clothes by either making your own or repairing the clothes that other people throw away. Many times in our society, when a shirt has a hole in it, many people will throw it away. Many don't understand that those clothes can be repaired and be worn for years and years to come. Even people who find that they have a stain on a top will more than likely donate it rather than try to get it out or wear it with a stain. If you're looking for extreme tips on clothing, take the clothing that other people don't want. Save on personal care items by adding water. Even laundry detergent. Items like shampoos and conditioners can still work just as effectively by adding a third water to a 2/3 bottle of shampoo. Laundry detergent is the same way. Either water it down and fill the cup or use a fraction of the amount that they tell you. The majority of the time, your clothes will still get clean by using only 2 tablespoons of laundry detergent rather than 1/4 cup. Save on haircuts and hair care by either not cutting it or cutting your own. My son has this long, beautiful, curly hair. It's absolutely gorgeous. He's 21 now. He's always had longer hair. And I cut his hair using the ponytail method. Do a search on YouTube or Google and find there are lots of videos and tutorials about the ponytail method haircutting. I used it for years. It's perfect for him and it was great for me too, because it actually gives you some nice long layers and it's cheap. Get yourself a really good pair of hair cutting scissors and cut your own hair, or just don't cut it. Save money on gift giving and make every gift that you give, whether it's pillowcases made from old sheets or knitting an afghan from yarn that has been donated, baking breads and cookies. Be extreme and don't buy gifts. Okay, that's it. Tell me in the comments, what do you think about these? Are there any of these extreme things that you either do already or are thinking about doing? Or are there any others way over the line, way out of your comfort zone? No way and no how am I going to dumpster dive, for example. It's not going to happen. Let me know in the comments. Share your opinions. Have a great day, everybody.